Whispering Canyon in Wilderness Lodge. Whispering Canyon in Wilderness Lodge. That's awesome, isn't it? You should make that into a song. Greetings, people of the internet. do you know what day it is today? Not like what day it is, but like what day it is today. Today is 99 days. It's a double digit. I think that really calls for a double digit dance. Yeah, I'll maybe save that for later on. 99 days till our Florida 2016 vacation begins. It has come round already so quick. We usually plan our trips like well in advance, like well in advance. And I don't know if this is probably one of the shortest countdowns that we've ever had, because it was like 18 months that we booked it. We usually like at least 2 years. The wedding was like planning for 2 to 3 years even. But yeah, I think this one might be probably the shortest planned trip that we've had. So today I wanted to sit down with you and I wanted to give you a little bit of a talk on what our plans are for this year. I do mention it in some vlogs. I find it a little bit difficult, as I said on my Periscope the other day, I find it a little bit difficult to talk about it in my weekly vlogs and my daily stuff, but that's only because if you didn't already know, it's going to be a surprise trip for Zach. He doesn't know, he doesn't have a clue. So that's why you'll probably not see us mentioning it much in any of our regular vlogs, because we just can't really. So I thought if we sit down, give you a full overview of exactly what we're going to be doing, what we're wanting to see, where we're staying, who we're flying, etc. All that. So then you'll get to find it out all here. It will nicely kick off our 99-day countdown. So this trip will be the first time that we have ever stayed on site for the whole duration of a holiday to Florida. We've stayed in a villa, we've stayed in a condo, we've stayed in hotels, we've stayed in a villa. Did I say that? Obviously last year when we got married, we stayed in a villa. Last year was the first time we'd ever stayed on site full stop. It was only for 4 nights, but it was like the best 4 nights ever. We did DVC last year, and I don't really want to talk about last year's trip too much because this is about this year's trip. But last year was the first time that we've ever actually stayed on site. However, this time, for the whole duration of the... No, it's not 17 nights. 16, 15, 14. About 12 or 13 nights, I think it is. We are staying on site on Disney property. We chose the All-Star Sports basically because it was the cheapest option. Honestly, we do think Zach's very much into his sports, and we do think that he will actually love that. Harper will not be bothered at this moment in time with her age, where she stays, what she sees. She will be happy, and she just follows around Zach like a lost dog. So she'll also love it. I've no doubt about that. But we chose the sports again because it was the cheapest. We get free Disney dining over here in the UK, if you didn't know already. Now, it's a little bit dubious. My opinion of the Disney dining, I think I might save for another video, but I personally, and I think Alex would agree with me, would not pay to stay in a moderate or deluxe, maybe a deluxe. No, not a deluxe actually. Now that I've stayed in DBC, I would not pay to go stay in a deluxe and get free Disney dining. Even though it's the full package, I would not stay in a moderate or a deluxe. No, I should never say never, but at this moment in time, in our lives, with the kids the ages that they are, it's not worth it. In my opinion, it's not worth it. The kids will share the foods. There's no point in me paying X amount of money for Harper to have a buffet as a child. I know she's not 3 yet, so I wouldn't have to pay right now. But even when she's 3, Zach was sharing our food last trip, and he was like 4. I think Sophia was probably doing the same, and she was 3. Right now, it's just not worth it. So we've gone for the cheapest hotel option. We do get free breakfast with it, because as I said, we booked it when the free dining was out, and the offer that was on at that moment in time was that you stay in a value hotel and you get a free breakfast a day. Now, I've heard that the free breakfast is actually just a credit, like a dining plan credit thing. so you can actually use it for dinner. Quick service. You can actually use it for dinner or tea or anywhere in the parks as well. Now, if that is true and that still continues and you're not restricted by the time it comes around when we go, then brilliant, because we like to stock up on breakfast. So I don't mind going and paying for Disney dining breakfast, like a full-on buffet. I don't mind paying that whatsoever, because then we probably won't have any food until middle afternoon, and then the middle of the afternoon we could use a dining credit, which should really be for a breakfast, but we can just get something in the parks when we're out. Oh God, I just pooed my pants. That was the dishwasher. So that was why we ended up really going for the value resort, the cheapest option. We got a breakfast as a bonus. The cheapest option hotel-wise. The bonus was that we got a free breakfast that we can potentially use during the day for a quick service meal. And we got a pretty good deal with OrlandoAttractions.com. We've gone with them a few times in the past for Disney tickets or hotels, or what did we booked something with them last year, if I remember rightly. And they've always come out the cheapest. I'm not one to go to somebody if the price match or if the price beat, because in my eyes you should go to the person that's the cheapest in any event. I don't understand the price. I just don't get why you would not go to the cheapest person, why you would go to the person who is gonna price beat. Like, surely they could reduce their prices from the off. Again, I'm going off on a tangent. I will do in this video, I know I will. I've got loads to get through, but I'll just blab all the time. So that's a hotel. That's who we booked with. That was the first thing that we booked for the trip. I've just put the lights on, guys, so I hope that's a little bit better. I didn't realise that it was getting quite as dark as it was. Gordon Bennett! So sorry about that. I know this probably is a lot better. So yeah, the next thing that we booked was our Virgin flights. We haven't flown with anybody but Virgin before. That's through we've not had any special treatment or anything from Virgin whatsoever. They just work out the best for us, particularly with children. If you haven't read my blog, I won't go into it too much, because this is not talking about who to book with, why to book with them, blah blah blah. This is just telling you about our trip. But if you are interested in why we fly Virgin and we haven't flown anybody else, then I'll put a link to my blog that I did. I think it was a couple of months ago now. I'll put a link down below and you can go read for yourself. But that's our opinion on Virgin Atlantic. So we booked those flights, miles and money, because we do have a Virgin credit card and we rack up our miles quite quickly, to be honest with you. We put everything on there, pretty much everything. So we were fortunate that we got a pretty good deal with miles and money. And that was in the days, if I remember, just prior to Christmas. They had a sale out, and I've been watching it, and I think it was like the 20th of December that we ended up booking. Just if anybody else is interested in October, November time, that was our best time to book the flights. So the night before we fly, we are flying from Manchester. That is our nearest big airport. We are staying at the Clayton Hotel in Manchester. That is literally on the airport, I'm told. We've never stayed on the airport before. It's not miles away from where we live. It's like a good 2 hours away, but we'd have to be up really early in the morning, and I'd hate to get stuck in traffic. I'd hate for road closures and things like that in the morning. So we would much rather be as close to Manchester from the off, the minute we wake up in the morning, as we can. So this year we chose Clayton Hotels because I used the free if, I think it's called, guarantee, that holiday extras offer. Again, I'm not going to go into it too much. I will put another link down below to another blog that I did on my recommendations on how we managed to end up getting that free. So go check that out. We have booked our car hire this year with HAKZ. We have never used HAKZ before. We have used Avis, we have used Alamo, we have used Car on the Drive. And I think that's pretty much it. So this year is a new one, and we are using HAKZ. We got quite a good deal on HAKZ. Unfortunately, it is in dollars, so it has gone up slightly, but not extortionately. It's all right. That's what happens, isn't it? There's nothing we can do about that. That's all I can see at the minute is is different to the likes of Alamo and Alamo Brits and things like that. That's all in pounds and you pay for that before you go. We won't pay for this until we actually go pick the car up. So it'll be whatever rate that the credit card is on that day. So we have all our dining booked. When we was able to book it, I booked it all. We have booked this year HAKZ, Cape May, Be Our Guest, Via Napoli, Whispering Canyon, Beaches and Cream, Ohana. Did I say HAKZ? Maybe, I can't remember if I did. Chef Mickey's, Tusker House and Rainforest Cafe. We've booked 11 up to now, I think, unless it's 10 and I said HAKZ twice, can't remember. They're all new dining restaurants for us. We've not been, the only ones that we have been to is obviously Tusker House, because you would have seen it in last year's video, which we did love. That was one of the best variety of food we feel, and the lovely environment, and the kids could like interact with the characters and walk around. I loved it. We really liked that. So that's why we're doing that one again. And because it's in the park, you get to get in extra early as well. We are going back to Chef Mickey's, but we are going back to Chef Mickey's for dinner. That's tea if you're from the north of England. We went to Chef Mickey's last year for breakfast. I wasn't overly keen on, it was fine, I just, I wasn't like in awe of it. It was just alright, it was not special. So we said about going to maybe for dinner, because the menu there seems alright and we still get to experience like contemporary and Bay Lake. We quite like that, and we get to go back there and have a look around there again. Obviously never been to Be Our Guest before. I think we've got a lunch reservation there. Ohana, obviously breakfast. Cape May, I can't remember what we're doing at Cape May. Beaches and Cream, obviously we have to get the kitchen sink. I cannot believe that the amount of times that we've been and we've never had the kitchen sink. Can't believe that. So we will be getting the kitchen sink. Via Napoli, me and Alex have been, but I don't think it was called Via Napoli like back in like 10 years ago. I want to say like Ristorante or I don't know. It wasn't, I don't think it was called Via Napoli. We have been to that restaurant in Italy before, in Epcot, but it wasn't called Via Napoli. So I'm treating that as a new dining experience, to be fair. HAKZ for the princesses, of course. Harper will love that. I've never been to HAKZ before. I'm hoping that's how you pronounce it, otherwise I'm just going to sound so stupid. Rainforest Cafe, I think the kids will love Rainforest Cafe. We was thinking about T-Rex. I've been to T-Rex before. My food was cold. I would go again. That was a good few years ago. I would go again, but I think with the dinosaurs and the last episode of the last experience that Zach had with Jurassic Park, if you remember back in Universal Studios, I don't think he'd really appreciate going to T-Rex, to be honest.
All the way here.
All right. Okay. Oh, we got a bit wet.
We got really wet.
We got really, really wet.
And I think that's it. I think that's all the dining things that we've booked, to be fair, up to now. Wilderness, I can't remember if I said Wilderness, what's that one called? Whispering Canyon in I can't even say it. Whispering Canyon in Wilderness Lodge. That's all right. Whispering Canyon in Wilderness Lodge. Whispering Canyon in Wilderness Lodge. That's awesome, isn't it? You should make that into a song. You've never been there before. That sounds really cool. I can't remember if I added that into my 11. We've got 10, 11 or 12 dining reservations booked. They're all the places though, so whatever that adds up to. We are there for 2 special events. We are there for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We will be visiting there on the 31st of October. I don't think there's any other day that you can go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, is there? I don't think they'd understand it. Like, Zach wouldn't understand that it's not actually Halloween, and I know he won't even understand what day it is, to be fair, but you know what I mean. I think it'd be awesome to go on Halloween, so that's why we've booked that to go on then. We have also booked Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for, can't remember what date that is. However, I do know which day it is, and that is the evening that we return from the Disney cruise. Yes. We are going on a Disney cruise again. I think we booked it in one of our Vlogmases. Can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure we did. I'll try and link it up there. We booked that totally off the, like, just was not expecting that to be booked whatsoever. I was just looking like you do, just dreaming, like, just looking at the prices, and said to Alex, oh, it looks alright prices actually. And if I've worked my days out, it might be, when we're there, the first maritime cruise, which basically means the whole ship is decked out for Christmas, which again would be fantastic. I cannot wait for that. That wasn't released until literally only a couple of months ago, so we booked it back in December, just in the hope, and just looking back at previous dates, previous years and previous dates, and just having our fingers crossed that it was going to be a maritime cruise, and it is! So we're very, very excited about that, about it all being decked out for Christmas, and seeing Santa and the lighting of the tree and the building of the gingerbread houses. That's just going to be awesome. And folks, it's for 4 nights this time. Not 3, 4 nights. It's going to be so bizarre, like going into the Bahamas and it's like Christmas. That's just going to be weird. It should be like all scarfed up and have my beanie on and everything. It's just... yeah, that is going to be weird. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. Being in your shorts and your vest and that, meeting Santa, that's just not right. For Brits, I mean, it's not right. I know other people do it, but yeah, we're used to the freezing cold, guys, and the snow. One other thing that I think we are going to do, and I say we, me and Harper are not going to do it, but Zach he loves Lanuba. He's a little bit freaked out by actual Lanuba person, the little girl with the big nose and stuff, but he does like it. And when we were there last time, I don't know if you remember, we remember seeing the pictures, and he wanted to take a picture in front of Lanuba, and he always wants to watch him on the telly, and so we think Alex will be booking tickets for just them two to go one night to go watch Lanuba. So that's another little special event that we will be incorporating in a couple of weeks. I don't think there's anything really else to say, to be fair. If you have any questions on anything, feel free to share them down below. I will put links to everything that to the companies that we've booked. Nobody sponsored us on anything. Everything's paid for out of our own pocket, our hard-earned cash. Nobody's give us anything for free, but I really feel like, again, my blog posts, the fact that you can get a free hotel room, potentially, if you're lucky enough, just by checking a few sites. I'll put it all down below, and you can go read it for yourself, because every little helps, doesn't it? I know at the minute the dollar is pretty shocking, the dollar to the pound, or pound to the dollar. I never know what you say there, but so fortunately I was a little bit worried that the cruise that we'd booked was actually in dollars, but it isn't, because we went direct to Disney this time. Previously we've gone to a US travel agent, which again I'll link down below, because they are fantastic. They were lovely. Again, not sponsored. She was lovely, but I'll put it down below. But just be aware that obviously if you are booking if you are using a US travel agent to book something, and it's in dollars, then just be aware that it can go up and it can go down. But luckily we booked direct with Disney this year. It's the same price now as it was 6 months ago, which is good. But yeah, every little helps, doesn't it? So if that's what I'm trying to do in my blog and stuff, and you'll probably get the gist of, like, I'm a bit, I wouldn't say like thrifty or anything like that, but I very rarely pay full pop for anything, and if I do, it makes me feel a little bit queasy. Like, the things that I post on my blog are things that would interest you guys, as in, do you remember them swimming costumes and all things like that? I'm gonna get one of them swimming costumes 100%. I got like a ridiculously priced cruise swimsuit Now, of course, I'm going to share that with you because it was like I think it was like a £5 maybe, something like that, £5 or £6. It doesn't fit me, my boobs are too big, but of course I'm more than happy to share with you what I buy, and again, if I can help you, I'd love to go out and buy a £25 swimsuit, but that's not going to happen. So to me, that is a bargain. Yeah, it might be full price, but it's a steal. So that's what my blog's a little bit like money saving, like just to help you out, because every little helps, doesn't it? And as I say, the dollar's not brilliant. It's going to cost you a little bit more in spending money. So where I can save somewhere, for example, I've got the hotel for free. Now it's probably going to cost us another couple of £100 in spending money, but yeah, we've got a free hotel. So it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? So thank you again for watching. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to just drop me a comment down below. Feel free also to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If there's any other videos or any other style videos that you would like, then feel free to give us a shout. And I say us, it's mainly just me, innit? I need to change this name of this channel. It is just me, pretty much, innit? Thank you again for watching, and we shall see you again when we see you. Bye!